Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Ethereum, Solana and SUI price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with Ethereum here on the daily, where we are still looking potentially for the double 1-2 here. We're looking for wave 3 towards the upside to unfold, where we have here a diagonal potential wave 1-2, and we're still looking for something pushing for higher so far. However, the high here was not yet taken even at least as an ABC, and that is kind of a signal of weakness yet for Ethereum. In case we are only in double 1-2 wave 3 4 5 4 5 to unfold towards the upside, to be here in a continuation, of course, for something much more bullish. In that case, of course, on the micro level, I would like to see, of course, a signal of strength continuation for this impulse in a wave 3 here, to reach, of course, at least the high here and above it, and even reaching the invalidation for the bullish here, for the bearish, in case we are in a 1-2-3 here. Wave 4 unfolding, of course, can be, but yeah, I doubt it a little bit, because the wave 2 is very shallow in time as well, which meaning, of course, something has finished as a structure here, definitely, which it can be also a double 1-2. Well, if this is your wave 3, wave 4 can still be a potential scenario, but also I doubt it. I think this is, of course, a finished ABC there, and that this wave C is kind of a diagonal here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And then we're looking, of course, for something towards the upside. Now, this something towards the upside can be corrective, or it can be impulsive, but of course, to reach the 1-to-1 fib level first, to test it, and then we decide if we are gonna be bullish by breaking it, or are we gonna drop down, of course, by finishing a correction here. The final correction that you might have is a triangle, and of course it might be a W, X, and a wave Y here. Of course, after this triangle we might drop down. Don't forget that this is invalidation of anything bullish here, this price, which it might be, of course, invalidation of the double 1-2, because if you invalidate this 1-2, then automatically the first double 1-2 as well will be invalidated, turning it into a zigzag ABC, and we drop down for something, of course, much more corrective. Now let's move inside it also to see what's going on and what happened yesterday. So basically, inside the 1 hour chart here, we have, of course, our leading diagonal wave 1 or wave A, followed by an ABC zigzag. Now, this price here that we saw, of course, as a potential wave 1 zigzag, because, of course, we got invalidation. There is no 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here. Invalidation taken, meaning whether you are in double 1-2 and you're looking for wave 3 towards the upside, or we are in a zigzag ABC here in a wave 1 and we're looking for wave 2, and then wave 3, then 4, and a 5. Of course, as an ending diagonal, looking to take the high here, at least, of course, at 1-to-1 fib level, which is taken, of course, from this low there to the high and to the wave B, potentially as an ABC. So if we are in a zigzag here, I'm looking at least for the 1-to-1, of course, which is the $3,661 here, that it might hit, of course, around also the invalidation, in case, of course, it is broken. And in case we continue towards the upside, this might be, of course, the signal for wave 3. But currently, yeah, we have to be careful from the ending diagonal. So two possibilities: whether we are in the ending diagonal for wave C here, it depends how much aggressive it's gonna be. But also it can be a double 1-2, then you want to continue in a wave 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5 towards the upside. Now, currently on the 15-minute chart, of course, this is still kind of like a correction, and we might still push for higher, of course, but we gotta be careful with it, because it still, of course, can be here kind of like a finished 1, 2, 3, and then a very shallow wave 4, because you have kind of here 1, 2, and then wave 3, 4, and a 5. Now, it can be, of course, all of it as your wave 3, but this wave 4 can be deeper even, of course. So I would say internally, I'm still looking for a little bit deeper price, and potentially can start, of course, to unfold something starting from the 0.23 here, which is not yet hit. And that's why I'm looking for a little bit deeper price still. And from there, we can start to think if something will push again toward the upside. Yeah, so $3,302, and it can be of course a little bit more deeper before pushing to finish up here at wave 3. Yeah, so it can be of course unfinished yet, because your wave 3 is here, potentially also can be a 1-2. Well, it can be double 1-2, but of course I doubt it, because this is a very choppy price here, so we gotta be careful with it. I would say I'm gonna mark only so far 1, 2, 3 here, 4 and a 5 to finish a wave 3. Yeah, so this price here is a little bit choppy. Now it can be 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 as a wave 1 here, and then wave 2, and then the wave 3 is unfolding. Also can be possible, but yeah, maybe also it is a part of this correction, all of it, and then we start of course the push towards the upside there, meaning it can be a wave 2 finished over there in W, X and a Y here, very complex structure, and then pushing for higher. Now for Ethereum on the 32nd, be careful, we have double signals here for the bearish. Obviously we are very bearish, and of course still corrective, but of course it's gonna dive deeper here. Now we have the bullish signal, it has started, but don't forget that this double signals might be of course very strong. It might dive of course a little bit deeper before the bullish signals start to play over there as a signal of strength. By all means, I would like to see of course at least the 3,300 hit here, and then starting to push something toward the upside. Especially you want to finish here a structure at least in 5 waves. Or it can be of course again W, X and a Y. It can be of course a finished wave Y here in a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. Okay, so deeper prices are still expected here for Ethereum before we start to push for higher, in case this testing area will survive, and of course showing something as bullish. The next one we have today is Solana. So for Solana, also on the daily, we are looking of course at this all-time history. So we have for Solana a 1-2, another 1-2 potentially. So if we are in a wave 2 here, you are looking of course for 3 waves to hit at least the 0.38 Fib level here, and that means you're still looking for lower towards the $75. Another possibility here can be of course a finished ABC zigzag, and we're looking for another 3 waves down, that it can be of course reaching also between the $50 and $75 as well, and then pushing for higher in a wave C. Final scenario as well is a leading diagonal wave 1, 2 and wave 3, and currently you're looking for the wave 4 and a wave 5 to unfold. Wave 4 perfect fib level as well are between the 75 and the $50, 0.38, 0.5 Fibonacci level to be hit, and then pushing for higher. By all means, if we are looking for something really bullish here on the all-time history, we might need of course one more drop to the $75. And basically, if this is not the scenario that it is happening here, of course there is a scenario where the wave 5 is unfinished there and your wave 4 is extended over there, and we're still looking here at kind of a leading diagonal 1, 2 and then 3, 4 and a 5 to unfold a wave 5. Currently we are testing this 1, 2. This wave 2 has succeeded so far to range in this area, but not yet showing strength. And this will be followed, of course, on the 2 hours chart as priority here before calling a $75 price for Solana. Now, basically, since the low there, of course, in the perfect fib level for a wave 2, and we're looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now, this is very clear, of course, impulsive and still looking good. However, the wave 5 here, in case we are in an ending diagonal, the wave 5 of this ending diagonal is longer than the wave 3, which is not allowed as well. So we gotta be careful here from something else unfolding. Now, of course, it can be double 1, 2, but you would like to see continuation toward the upside. By all means, if we get higher prices here, and continuation, meaning, of course, taking this high one more time, this is your confirmation for higher there, for higher prices, which is of course around the $148, and if taken, yeah, we might reach even higher. We might continue towards the 156 in the common targets here. in double one two, of course. Yeah, so we cannot count this as diagonal. I'm gonna remove the diagonal. It is invalidated. The key level is taken. The other possibility is an A, B, and a C here. We gotta be careful with it because, of course, it might be an expanding flat still where your wave B took exactly the 1.38 here, and we might be in an ABC here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 finished, and we're looking for a wave C towards the $130, $133 in a wave 4. This possibility is very high as well because, of course, I mean, unless we continue toward the upside, yeah. I mean, this move here is a little bit weird move from Solana. Now, if you are in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, wave 2, 1, 2, 3, wave 4 invalidation, yeah. So it's not really good so far. And also on the KGT, we have a bearish signal from there still unfolding, and obviously that we're gonna drop still for lower on the 30-second frame here. So we gotta be careful. The signal of bearish is still there. I don't see yet anything impulsive to push for higher, and very likely that we might be, of course, in this wave 4, longer wave 4. It can be even a running triangle and then pushing for higher. Yeah, so don't forget the wave 2 is long in time, so it can, of course, take this time for a wave 4 to finish up here. And that means, of course, wave 4 in time can be the double time here. Don't forget, of course, double time is very normal for a wave 4 to reach inside this area. Okay, so I would say very likely still, of course, to reach this time here for a wave 4. Yeah. Yeah, so this is regarding Solana. Let's see the final one, which is SUI. So for SUI, we are looking also at the all-time history here on the daily, where we might have a double 1, 2, and then you're looking for the wave 3 towards the upside. Or you have, of course, a finished zigzag in a wave A. You have a wave B finished also potentially, and then you're looking for a wave C also for higher prices. However, the wave C can still be extending as a 1, 2, 3 here. We might be in a wave 4, and then we might, of course, drop down, since the invalidation for this wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is very, very far. And we might still see, of course, a wave 5 toward the downside. So we gotta be careful as well with SUI. Now, on the 2 hours chart here, we can still be, of course, in this 1, 2. However, this wave 2 there took the 886, which is a little bit not convincing so much as a wave 3 unfolding. It could be a wave C here as an A, B, and a C. And that means, of course, this wave C can be the double 1, 2. And we finished so far the wave 3 here in the yellow. And we're looking for the wave 4 as well in the yellow to unfold. Now, this wave 4 can be, of course, something as an A, B, and a C. Yesterday, we saw a new high. We saw an impulse, but don't forget that you didn't took the high. We didn't saw continuation, and it might be an ABC finished wave V, and we are looking for a wave C in a regular flat ABC to hit the 1-to-1 fib level between the 0.5, 0.38 Fibonacci level for this wave 4. Based on the time is totally normal still, of course, to unfold this wave C. And that means, of course, very likely that we might drop down again for SUI here for the wave 4 and to be tested, of course. If we take a look also at SUI for the indicator here, we can see as well that SUI is showing something as bullish so far, but of course, we gotta be careful still. I mean, I don't see, as per Elliott Wave, yet something to push really bullish. Now, it is played somehow a little bit higher, but it's still continuing the push toward the downside. Better to look, of course, also on the 1-minute chart as well. Well, it's still bullish as well. Still bullish. It is a strong trend, actually. I'm gonna check all of them. Now, the highest time frame, it show bearish, of course, bearish. So preferably to get the bullish signal on the 3-minute chart to start to think bullish there, okay? And this might take time, of course, until we drop to take the wave C there. Yeah, so we gotta be careful with it. Now, of course, on the lower time frame, it shows some bullish signals, but it might be just some corrections. Yeah, as you can see, correction pushing down, and then of course it's gonna give us another bearish signal sooner or later. And I still see, of course, continuation towards the downside, guys. So nothing is bullish here yet, especially if we are looking here at 1, 2, 3. Well, if we take this price, this is gonna be, of course, much better confirmation even. That means if this is your wave 1, well, we're very, very close for it, guys, and we're still looking for lower. So yeah, invalidation of bullish will be taken sooner or later. So we gotta be careful to be watch, of course. This target 1.66 or 1.65 to be reached as a regular flat wave C, and then pushing for higher in a wave 5. That was it for Ethereum, Solana, and SUI. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.